Bitcoin is looking a bit boring once again, but what if this time is different? For the past 3 months, Bitcoin has been consolidating around the $100,000 mark, and many traders, looking at previous cycles, are starting to feel impatient. But this cycle may be unlike anything we've seen before. We're seeing Bitcoin supply dynamics shift, institutional adoption rising to new heights, and a fundamental reordering of the global monetary system, all of which could mean a completely different trajectory for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's current consolidation pattern isn't just another typical waiting game. It's a clear signal that the market may be moving into a phase of slower, steadier growth, one where Bitcoin steadily climbs over time without the explosive volatility we're used to seeing. When we look at the history of Bitcoin cycles, after long consolidation periods like the one we're in now, we usually see a massive price surge. However, this time, the usual parabolic blow-off top might not happen. Instead, Bitcoin could follow a steady stair-step pattern, increasing in value consistently over the coming years. In the past, Bitcoin's bull runs were often characterized by long-term holders unloading their coins into the hands of weaker sellers, which triggered sharp corrections. But this time is different. Long-term holders are not selling their Bitcoin. Instead, they are holding, while institutional investors are aggressively buying up any supply that comes onto the market. This shift in buying behavior is reducing the selling pressure and preventing the major corrections that typically follow price surges. What's even more notable is that, for the first time ever, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high before the halving. The launch of Bitcoin Spot ETFs last year drove this demand, and instead of seeing the expected correction after surpassing the $100,000 mark, Bitcoin has entered into an extended consolidation period. This is unlike what we've seen in previous cycles. Now, many traders are expecting that the price will drop after this extended consolidation phase. However, instead of a sharp correction, we could see another leg up, potentially taking Bitcoin to levels between $200,000 and $500,000 by the middle of this year. But even if that happens, the pattern we're witnessing could still be very different from the cycles we've experienced in the past. Michael Saylor, the founder of MicroStrategy, has referred to this period as the Bitcoin gold rush, where Bitcoin supply dynamics are fundamentally changing. With nearly 95% of all Bitcoin already mined, scarcity is increasing at a rapid pace, and by 2034, 99% of Bitcoin will be mined. This scarcity is happening alongside rising institutional adoption, and we're also starting to see nation-state adoption on the horizon. All of this points to Bitcoin becoming more valuable, not just as a digital asset, but as pristine global capital. Additionally, the political landscape is shifting dramatically. For the first time, a US administration is openly pro-Bitcoin. There are even talks about adding Bitcoin to the US Strategic Reserve and incorporating it into the National Sovereign Wealth Fund. This type of institutional recognition could create a tipping point, where Bitcoin's price surges once again. As we continue to consolidate around $100,000, we're watching to see what the next catalyst will be. It could very well be the official announcement of Bitcoin being added to the US Strategic Reserve. This would certainly cause Bitcoin's price to gap up sharply. But even without a major catalyst, Bitcoin could continue to climb steadily, forming a longer, more gradual consolidation pattern at higher price levels. We might be looking at a scenario where Bitcoin reaches $1 million per coin without experiencing the usual parabolic blow-off top or the dramatic 80% corrections that have characterized previous cycles. This could be a worst-case scenario for traders who are relying on old models, and it could spell max pain for those expecting quick profits. As Michael Saylor has famously said, all your models are destroyed, completely devastated when Bitcoin goes to the moon. This isn't the time to try to trade Bitcoin. It's better to set up an automatic Bitcoin buy plan, hold long-term, and relax. Bitcoin is maturing, and it's likely that the dynamics of the market will mature with it. The cycle we're in could very well be a departure from what we've experienced in the past. The question now is, are you prepared for the next phase of Bitcoin's evolution? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights.